Hi guys, this is Ria. This is not a rant. I haven't done a video in so long, but I thought this was very important, and as soon as I came home from school, I sat down and got right to it. So here it goes. These are some tips and tricks that I learned in my first year by trial and error and blood, sweat, and tears that I want to share with you so that you can streamline your university experience. You can get the most out of your first year of university. So this will be especially helpful for those of you just starting out or those of you who plan to go in the very near future. So my first tip that I want to share with you is have everything in duplicate. Have two of everything. Two toothbrushes, two things of hair gel. If you're a girl, have two makeup bags, two of your shampoo and conditioner. Two of everything. Why? Because you leave one at your apartment, one at your parents' house, and it really cuts down on the amount of time you spend packing up to go to and from your parents' house or home. If home is abroad or a couple of hours away, wherever home is, make sure you have two of the necessary things, your phone charger, things like that, so that you really don't have to worry too much that you're leaving something behind or you can't do without something, and that really cuts down on time and worry and a lot of little issues that you could do without. The second thing I would tell you to do if you are starting out in university is to make friends. And this might sound really dumb, but it is so important to make friends with people. I mean, loneliness in your first year, or some people experience loneliness throughout their university experience, and it's really because they didn't make friends and make a conscious effort to seek out people with things in common and to just get to know people on a personal basis. And it is so much more fun, much more exciting. It makes you want to go to school when you like the people that you're around, when you have people to talk to. You look forward to seeing some people on a Monday morning, and that is so much more how to say helpful than just going to school just to learn and then get out of there. No, just make your friends and have people so that when exams roll around, you could have your study groups, you have people to help you could help somebody, and it really makes you grow as a person. You don't want to come to university and leave the exact same person who went in. Then it didn't really make a difference. It didn't make a change in your life, and then what was the point? The third thing I want to talk about is making sure that you keep in contact with your family. As I said before, loneliness in university is a real thing. My first week, I cried like at least 2 days out of the 5 days that I was away from my family. Make sure you keep in contact with your parents or your brothers and sisters. Send them a message, a text. It doesn't have to be a long phone call. You don't have to write them a letter. Just, I usually send my dad a little email every day when I'm in class. Hey dad, love you, how you going? Something like that. Just to make sure that, you keep yourself grounded and you remember that you have people who care about you and people who are out there, thinking about you. And that really helps to eradicate loneliness and to keep you centered. Another thing is wake up early and prepare. Now, I am not a saint. I'm by no means the best student ever. I am not like, top of the class grade. But I mean, I'm keeping up. And there's another thing to remember. When you start university, you're there with the best of the best. You're there with a lot of other bright people. So you might have been really smart in your high school or wherever you came from before. Or you probably thought, hey, you're real bright. But when you get to university, everybody is kind of on the same level. Or, you're all in the same range. And you tend to feel like, wait, you're not as special as I thought. And that is true, you're not as special as you thought. You're just a normal person. And you're in uni, you're in school with a whole bunch of other normal people. So it's not to make you feel bad about yourself, but, have a balanced view of you. And don't let, you probably wouldn't score top of the class for your first assignment. Or you probably wouldn't ever score top of the class. It doesn't mean you're any less smart. It doesn't mean you're any less amazing and awesome. And your grades are really not who you are. So, do your best by all means, but don't get discouraged because a lot of people, it's a reality check that, whoa, we're not getting in my 90s and my 80s anymore. Let me tell you, in university, passing is the first thing to think about and worry about and be proud of yourself about. Just passing and being there and just being ready to face the other challenge. And if you don't pass, just pick yourself up and go again. So, right, this kind of sidetracked there. My real point was wake up early and prepare. Be prepared. And, well, this morning was my first day, so I'm probably feeling all proud because I woke up like 6:30 or something, and I pack my bag. But a simple thing is like, packing your bag the night before. I mean, it sounds very high school and primary schoolish, but it really works, and it's really, really effective to not forget anything, to not look like a dummy, and to have all your stuff together. You feel so much more confident knowing that you have everything you need. Yeah, so if you could do it the night before, if you want to wake up early and do it, just be prepared. And I would suggest waking up early and just having, your mind prepared to go in there and face whatever you need to face that day. The next thing is, don't get caught up in studying way too early. You will need to study later on. In the first couple weeks, the first week or two, make sure you make some time to see all your friends or make new ones, as I was saying before. And it's really a good time to reconnect with people who you probably haven't seen in a while, or probably never had the opportunity to hang out with, and they end up in your class or in your school or on your campus. It's a really good time to get to know new people and go to, whatever little welcoming events that your university or certain clubs would have, so that the first contact you have with school life is not just books and work and studying and feeling discouraged all at once. Make sure you make time in the first couple of weeks where the work is not very tough. Make sure you make time to enjoy things and go places and just settle into it. Exams are going to come, they're going to roll around, and you will have no choice but to study. So if you don't need to study right now, I mean, by all means, start your little revision and whatever. But if you don't need to delve into all-nighters from, day one, don't do it, because you really need to build up yourself and you'll peak at that exam period, Okay, my next point is make use of the facilities available to students. A lot of people, they just go to university for the lectures and that is it. There are so many opportunities that are open to you as a student. Just your campus alone probably offers so much. There's sports, you could probably go to the swimming pool, you could probably go to the tennis court. Sometimes they have free lessons, they have a lot of free plays, little, different clubs have their little nights where they do whatever it is they do and they open it to the public, and just always be on the lookout for all these little free concerts, that kind of thing, those little cultural things. They really add bright patches into what could become a very dreary experience in university. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Sometimes things get rough. So make sure you find these little things. I mean, most students, me included, you have to watch your budget. You only have a certain amount of money, or you just try to, keep your spending at minimum. So they have so many free things that you could do. You just have to keep your eyes and ears open, as well as, not just the entertainment part of it, but there are like medical services. They have counseling, and let me tell you, counseling is not for crazy people. Every university student should make use of counseling. It is so important to be able to keep yourself healthy in a mental way, and it's not taboo to be suffering mentally. I mean, university puts so much stress on you, so much stress on your brain, and not only university, but things that happen in your life at this stage as a young adult. I mean, sometimes you just really need to talk to a professional who could help you sort out, your thoughts and your feelings, or even sometimes open up options to you that you didn't know, or draw your attention to options that you did not realize were before you. So I would really recommend going to the counselor. You don't have to be, stark staring mad, and if you are, please go. But even if you just, you're not feeling 100%, go to your counselor. If you feel sick physically, another thing you can do is go to your medical unit. Most universities have at least a nurse you could go to on short notice, or even doctors. They have, especially in our campus, the University of the West Indies, St. Augustine campus, they have a lot of free testing. I mean, if you go into the medical services unit, sometimes they have a lot of free testing available, free shots, and you can even get your vaccinations done there. Some of them you have to pay for. Some of them you can buy and bring to the doctor to actually immunize you with your immunization card. If you want more information on that, you should probably call the medical services unit. But there are so many free things. Like recently, they were doing free pap smears at the medical services unit, and screening for different things like diabetes, all that kind of thing. You could even get your health assessed, your weight taken, all these things that you could do to improve your life in little ways and just keep yourself in check. Because it doesn't matter if you make the best grades ever, if you're not healthy in a physical or an emotional way, it just doesn't make sense to be doing great academically and your health is failing or your mind is sick. So you have to take care of yourself because that's the only way you can really go on. The other thing that I would like to tell you is to make sure and acquaint yourself with the staff at your faculty and not just your lecturers. I mean, if you could make a good relationship with your lecturers, that will be very helpful, just so that you could get your information, answers to your questions more easily, but also with your administrative staff, your administrative assistants, the secretaries, all these people who you mightn't think of it now, but they actually really help you and they can be of like tremendous help to you during your life in university. All of us get, at some point in our life in school, we have administrative issues, problems with, whatever. And these are the people, they are superheroes. They really help you out. So get to know these people. Get to know your administrative assistants, the secretaries, the deans, everybody. They are such important people in your life and you don't even know it yet. And lastly, join a club. Join something that you like, something that you enjoy. There are so many things that you'd probably never thought of before that you could be a part of. You could be a part of the arts society, the spoken word society, poetry, any of the ethnic groups or whatever. Join one of those. Personally, I'm in the Red Pill. It's a non-profit organization that raises funds for charity and for research on certain diseases such as diabetes, polycystic ovarian syndrome, stuff like that. And the best part of Red Pill is that they like to have fun. They like to cook roti and curry and, do things like that. And that's so much fun. I like it because I feel like I'm part of something and it's always for a better cause, something bigger than me, and we're like a family and we do a lot of cool things. So whatever you enjoy or something you probably just want to try, join a club, join one of those groups, and you'll be surprised at the kind of friends you would make. So these are my tips for enjoying your university life. I'm enjoying mine and I hope you enjoy yours. And really and truly, with the resources that are available to each one of us, especially here in Trinidad and in other parts of the world, they are to be made use of. They are to enjoy to the fullest and just make sure that you make the most of your opportunities and keep creating new ones for yourself and always trying to find new ones for yourself and share them with others. So please enjoy it, leave your comments, and like and share this video. Love and kisses. Bye.